What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy, Pat Flanagan, for coming through and boosting up the PayPal coins. Wow, people. You know what? Certain side man in the comments, oh, YB, oh, y'all hating y'all, oh, cock-a-doodle-oo, Conor Benn, y'all, woo, woo. They was crying. And I felt, listen, I'm an empath, okay? I felt the cries of the Conor Benn homosexuals. I really did. I started feeling guilty. Am I really hating on this young light skin? Yeah? One of my own half-breeds? Yeah? This dude really should be 100%. We are spiritual brothers. We are genetic brothers. The half-bakes, okay? That's what we are. We should stick together. And in most cases, that would be true. It wouldn't be true, actually. I don't shield my base. I don't shield my tribe. Yeah? Off-key is off-key. But anyway, the point is, let's get back to it. The point is, yeah, I heard the Conor Benn homosexuals' cries, you hating, y'all. And I felt a bit guilty. And I was honestly feeling like, you know what, maybe I'll step off for a second. And then out of nowhere, I see this. I'm going to play it in a second. This dude, gloating. Eubank got rocked 5 or 6 times by a welterweight, and next time I won't miss. Just talking the most. And it reminded me, this guy's got he lost. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's not like, listen, if it was a legitimate robbery, I'd get it, and I'd be saying, fair play, man, you got robbed. You know what I mean? You smoked Eubank and you got robbed, and I get why you got that venom, but you got punched up, man. And you had the old man, the 36-year-old dehydrated man, weighing all over you. That's what he was doing. He was weighing all over you. And you didn't really know what to do. You got old, not even old man. The old man should never really... When was the last time an old man won in the latter rounds? It's well documented. The old man with no legs gets washed in the last rounds. He washed your ass. He put it on you, man. He had no legs underneath him at all. And he still whooped that ass. Like it was your birthday. That's what he did. Anyway, let's get to the bathroom. It's cornball. Half-breed. Where is it? Here we go, people. Lock in for this one. Seriously. It's crazy. Listen. No, allow it, man. Don't start.
All I know is he got rocked about 4 or 5 times by a welterweight. And I wish I was fighting tomorrow. I'm not even more fool me. I should have pulled the trigger and got the stoppage. I won't let it happen next time. I'll pull the trigger and I'll make sure when I shoot I don't miss. It's good at getting the sympathy vote. Let him get it. Right. You know, let him get it. All I know is he got rocked about 4 or 5 times by a welterweight. And more fool me. I should have pulled the trigger and got the stoppage. I won't let it happen next time. I'll pull the trigger and I'll make sure when I shoot I don't miss. It's good at getting the sympathy vote. Let him get it. Right. You know, let him get it. All I know is he got rocked about 4 or 5 times by a welterweight.
So you've heard it a few times there. He's good at getting the sympathy vote. How can why would a winner need a sympathy vote for? He slapped your head off, man. An old man slapped your head off. There's no sympathy about it. Yeah? There's no sympathy about it. You was in there hopping around the place, blowing your load, doing nothing in the first few rounds. In fact, you only came into the fight when his legs fell off. You was fighting a man he had no legs, man, seriously. He had no legs. Let's not lie about it. He was weight drained down to his socks. There wasn't an ounce of water in him. And he still dogged you. And old fighters don't have the heart like that. They roll over at 36. You're the 28-year-old, full of beans, full of carbs, full of water. And you got washed. Seriously. No, seriously. It was points you was about to go around 11 or 12, but he rocked him multiple times. You got rocked by a man with no legs. If Eubank here had had the legs underneath him, like he normally does, Ben would have got stopped in them latter rounds. Seriously. The way it was looking. Until something happened in round 9, it wasn't a punch either. It's like a brick wall. It went whoom. Eubank was boxing to a counter up to 7. And then whoom. Well documented. Senior said he couldn't use his legs no more. So he had to go old school on your ass. And you got old school, man. You got old dogged. Yeah. Back in the 90s, it's not so prolific now, but back in the 90s, kind of edgy couples would go out dogging. Dogging's where you drive to like some moody lay-by off some country road and you give it to your missus in the back of the whip. Yeah? And I'm telling you now, Conor Benn, Chris Eubank Jr. took you back to 1991 and he took your ass out to a quiet country lane and he dogged your ass. That's what he... Take it. That's what he did, man. You got a 1991 old school dogging session. That's what he did. Bottom line. I don't know where he gets this. It must be the Conor Benn homosexuals blowing his ego up. I'm not sure. Listen, it wasn't an embarrassing performance, no. Maybe you have to be delusional to be in the fight game. You have to think that, oh, I won every fight even though I lost. I'd have some... I know when I lost, man. You know, come on, man. You know when you lost. If I'm on the ropes getting slapped to death as a pressure fighter, I've probably lost that fight. Here's the place I come from. I'm the young guy. I'm knocking you out in 4 rounds. If I end up on the ropes like this, and a man's got no legs underneath him, I probably lost that fight. There's no... What's the word? It's like... begs the question I've been saying for a few days now. Where's Eubank at, man? Again, he won. He don't really need to chat nothing. But I'd like someone to put him in his place. Yeah? I'd like Eubank to say, listen, you pumped up midget. Yeah? You got it. Old school. I drove your ass out to a quiet country road and took you dogging. That's what I did. Take it! That's what happened. I saw it. I watched it. Yeah? What Eubank proved is that he could give it, number one, a narrative that's been lost is, remember when Eubank was saying in the first fight, I can beat this cat at 60%? It turns out, I think that's fair to say, we saw Eubank at best 60%. It's somewhere between 40 and 60%, I'd say. Yeah? He beat your ass at 40 to 60%. That's the first thing. The second thing is, he beat you any way he wanted to. When it was at long range, he was boxing your head off. When it was up close, he punched your head off. He slapped your head off. So where were you winning? I don't get it. Conor Benn wasn't emphatically winning anywhere. He didn't win up close. He didn't win far away. And Eubank was at 60%. So at 60%, Eubank give it to you anyhow you wanted it. That's why I call it a dogging session. It's just buck wild. Anyhow you want it, boo. Take it. Take it. Take it. He was giving you all the angles, man. That's what he was doing. All the back shots. You got all the back shots, pause. That's what he did. Yeah? What was you doing in there? When did you really see... Who here saw any adjustments from Conor Benn? Not one. He came in hopping around and then his legs tied out and he wasn't hopping no more. It was no adjustments. And it's a violation for him because it was on a plate, to be honest. And I know that because I was back in Eubank and I thought, oh, if Ben's got anything about him, he's going to find something. Eubank's leaning forward and walking in. I thought if Ben's got anything about him, he's going to find a shot. Who here thinks, yeah, if... What's his name? If Eubank loses his legs after 8 rounds and is just leaning forward on Canelo, how do you, man, think that ends? How do you think that ends? Come on. Yeah, come on. His legs was gone. You can't... Whatever you say about Canelo... Bivol did it, his legs didn't go. If your legs go with Canelo, you're toast. Seriously. Name what fighter do you know has punched Canelo up after losing their legs? It don't happen like that, man. It don't happen like that. Hen had, 3-4 rounds to find something with a man who had nothing left, and you found nothing. And now he's back on the internet. Oh yeah, next time I'll do this, next time I'll do that. Next time you'll do nothing again. That's what you'll do. Because you was saying the same things before. Oh yeah, I punched up Beterbiev in sparring. I punched up William Skull. Oh yeah, we flew Usyk in. I touched his body and he had to go pack his bags with his tail between his legs. That's the kind of narratives they're putting out there. Nigel Benn, I swear down this happened. Eubank's done in 4. Oops. Eubank's done in 4, they said. Now it's, oh, but next time. It's all these losers, yeah, all they ever say is next time. This was the time to do it, to be honest. And from what I'm hearing, Team Eubank, they're not with the rematch like that in the current circumstances. And I agree. Eubank should not take this rematch. He was dead. You know, all the boxing professionals know this. Every single boxing professional has said That was nothing. The reason what happened with Eubank was his legs went at 36. He's been at the same weight class for the last 20 years. Unparalleled almost. No one does that. And apparently someone told me in the amateurs he was fighting at 165. It's like, what? Or something like that. It was above his professional weight. So when he's like 16, he's at 165. And somehow, 20 years later, he's at 160 still. And a rehydration clause. So the reason Ben had any success, seriously, because people forget as well that, what was it? People forget that even though Eubank, for me, he won out of the first 8, he won 5, at the very least. That's what I'm trying to think now. No, the first 7, he won like 5. How about that? The first 7, he won 5. And that's how the fight was going. It was going to be a 9-3 type fight. But even then, you have to account for, just because Eubank's legs took 8 rounds to die, it doesn't mean they were fully good at the start, right? Once you're dehydrated will mean you'll always be below your capability. The fact his legs fell off a cliff in round 8 or 9 or whatever, he probably started at 60% and then ended at 20%, right? That's how your legs will operate between, for example, 60 and 20%. When he hit that 20% mark and hit to 19, bosh, his legs just dropped off. You see that one there? You didn't even get the real package, man. You didn't even get half of the real package. He started the fight about 40-50%. He still got boxed up. And you was full of beans, full of carbs, full of water, talking about next time. That's dead. Yeah? There's no I'm pretty sure his corner were telling him there's no next time. You can rest tomorrow. And if his corner weren't telling him that, that's just understood. You can rest tomorrow. You knew what you was doing in there. Yeah? It's easy to jump on the internet. When you could do something about it, he was hopping around and just swinging shots and hitting air. That's what he was doing.
It's not Eubank next. I'll have Garcia. And more for me. I should have pulled the trigger and got the stoppage. I won't let that happen next time. I'll pull the trigger and I'll make sure when I shoot I don't miss. It's good at getting the sympathy vote. Let him get it. Right. You know, let him get it. All I know is he got rocked about 4 or 5 times by a welterweight. And more for me. I should have pulled the trigger and got the stoppage.
Bro, you was pulling the trigger. You was missing. I wouldn't say Conor Benn. Well, I tell you, like, he had a problem with his feet. That's what I'm saying. I think in my last video I said that throwing shots out of range, they're like not cheap shots, but he knew he wasn't ever going to hit Eubank. Well, there was a good chance. There was a 99% chance he wasn't going to hit him. He was trying to be too safe almost. He was scared to death, if I'm honest. When Eubank started teeing off, Ben didn't want to come in no more in round 6-7. He didn't want to come in no more. He didn't even want to throw the Hail Marys. But from the jump, Eubank was standing there, and Hen was I'd argue, almost purposefully missing. He didn't want to take that extra half step forward. That's what he didn't want to do. Yeah? That's why he looked silly. He didn't want to commit with his... I never saw through the whole fight, I never saw no foot commitment from Hen. All I saw was him leaping around and throwing Hail Marys. They weren't okay, you're getting it now. This shot won't miss. He didn't really... I'm going to be honest, he didn't really want it. And to the untrained eye, it will look good. Hen's like bouncing around and that, but he was doing it a step out. So it didn't really count. That's the truth. It don't count when it's a step out. Yeah? I could get in there with Tyson Fury and be a step out of his range and hop around and it would look real good. Do you know what I mean? Never going to throw shots. It's a bit like Chisora, for example, or Dillian White when they fought Fury. In terms of just being a step out and winging something. That's what he was struggling with. Eubank was way too big, way too strong. And he didn't want to get close to him, like he said he would. He said he was going to be on him. He didn't get on him the whole night. Even when Eubank was finished, he didn't get on him. So now the fight's over. Next time I'll do this. I'm not sure he'll do anything. It sounds good, that's the truth. When you're outside of the ring, it sounds good. I'll do this. You get in there and you see another trained man but Chris was just standing there waiting to clip him. And you see that big dude standing there waiting to catch you. That's when you find out how big your balls are. Yeah? I've seen Caballero walk straight into Zhang. Hen didn't bring the Caballero. And I'd argue Zhang's a pound for pound much bigger puncher. And it's the heavyweight division. Zhang's a much bigger puncher pound for pound than Chris Eubank Jr. Caballero got straight on him. You didn't see... How many shots did you see Caballero missing by miles? Oops. That's because Caballero came to proper put it on someone. How many shots did you see Caballero throw in and they're missing and hopping around the place? No, he plods in and he whacks you. Yeah? He knows exactly where his opponent is. That's the point I'm making. Or Golovkin. How many times... A few shots will go astray, obviously, but most of the time, people like Golovkin, they're on target because it's all lined up. They're not shitting themselves to get stuck in. Yeah? Hen was all about the... Ooh. Really want to commit. I don't really want to get stuck in. I want to look like I want to get... That's it. He wanted to look like... He was LARPing like he wanted to get stuck in, but he didn't realise... I didn't see it, man. I've seen Caballero. Sorry. Busted. I've seen Caballero get on someone and chop them apart. Caballero ain't standing there. Ooh, 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 ooh. Shadow boxing, is he? When was the last time you saw Ajit Caballero shadow boxing people? He ain't doing no shadow boxing. Yeah? He chopping dudes' soft bodies up. Hen didn't want that one there. He liked to talk on the internet, man. Honestly. A lot of the casual fans, they're hyping this fight up. Oh, Hen was amazing. And he's got some good skills, but his whole narrative is supposed to be, I'm getting at it. And I'm sorry, but I didn't actually see that like I expected him to do. I'm going to be straight on him. No, he was straight jumping around like a jack in the box is what he was doing.
I won't let that happen next time. I'll pull the trigger and I'll make sure when I shoot I don't miss. It's good again.
You make sure this time I'll make sure I don't miss. Alright, bro. Yeah, honestly. We'll find out. Look, maybe he can turn it. Fighters have turned it around before. Look at Dubois. Dubois was he'd be a bit waiting to be second at points. And then he's come out like a bat out of hell. Is it possible? I think the problem with Hen is he thinks he won. I think after Dubois quit against Usyk, he realised he needed something to change. Hen's like, well, I won anyway and I knocked him out 10 times and Beterbiev didn't want it in sparring, so I got all these sparring stories to tell people. That'll be next thing as well. We'll start telling more sparring stories. He lost the fight, but he'll got some sparring stories to sell you. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, like with the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about it. Some people stop it. Bye.